If you've had an on again, off again relationship with healthy habits, it's totally not your fault. A whole food eating style and consistent exercise routine can be your frenemies. They're like that person in your life that's your friend one day, and the next day they're driving you crazy, and you're wondering why you even hang out with them. Sometimes my hubby and I will be walking through the frozen food aisle at Trader Joe's, and he'll say, "Why do I eat healthy all the time? There's so many delicious frozen foods everywhere that are not so healthy." And my point is the temptations are everywhere. If you can relate to this and struggle with sustainable habits, I highly recommend working with a health coach, and not just because I am one. I see the value in any type of coaching when you want to learn a new skill, because working with a pro who's trained in a specific area will help you achieve your goals faster and more efficiently. Habit creation is a skill set that many people are not great at, which is why most people struggle with sustainable lifestyle habits. It becomes especially challenging when social media is telling you how to lose weight by implementing habits that you have no idea how to fit into your life. One great example is spending an entire day meal prepping. I know this works for some people, but most people I speak with tell me they don't want to spend the entire day cooking and doing dishes. There are other ways to be successful with a whole food eating style when it comes to meal planning. This is exactly how I help my clients figure out what will work best for them. All right, so let's do a deeper dive into how this works. The first thing I want to talk about is setting realistic goals. So, my clients come to me either feeling overwhelmed or ready to take on the world. And both are completely valid. The great news is both ends of the spectrum can have strong motivation behind them. When you feel overwhelmed with where to start, you're more likely to hesitate taking the first step towards a healthier you. You might just need a little nudge and some clarity to get started. If this is you, I'll help you break down your overwhelm into manageable steps so that you feel confident with your starting point. From there, we'll create an action plan for you to start implementing one habit right away. Once you feel like you have a rhythm with your first habit, you can add another small one. As you continue to have success, celebrate your wins and you could add more. Now, if you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're ready to take on the world, this is an amazing feeling. While you're riding this wave of motivation, it's super important to consider what you have the ability to take on at this time. Because if you take on too much too soon, it can be really difficult to sustain. So, if this is you, I'll help you step back, take a look at your schedule, resources, and abilities to make sure your habit intentions align with them. If they do, we'll co create a strategy on how you're going to implement your new habits into your life. If they don't all align, we'll start with the ones that do and create a plan of action together. It's super important to keep the ones that you don't align with right now in your back pocket for later, because once you have your initial habits dialed in, you can revisit your other list and choose ones to add. The key to finding success from the start with healthy lifestyle habits is to start small, whatever that looks like for you, so you can build your confidence and experience quick wins. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is overcoming obstacles. So, once you get into a rhythm with a new habit, it's important to maintain your momentum so you can keep moving forward. Obstacles are what trip people up and throws them off course. The great news is most obstacles can be anticipated, which means you can create a plan in advance to overcome them. Even with the ones you can't anticipate, you could still decide how you're going to respond if or when something unexpected comes up. So let's start with anticipated obstacles. If you've decided that you're going to wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual so you can get in a body weight workout at home, make a list of anything that might get in the way. It doesn't matter if it's something that is very unlikely. Write it down and put it on that list. One obstacle might be not getting good sleep for any reason. Night sweats, insomnia, a kid waking up in the middle of the night. I mean, really, the list can go on and on. So create a plan around each one so you can overcome it. If you wake up with night sweats, like having clean, dry pair of pajamas right next to your bed to change into quickly might help you get back to sleep faster. If you haven't been getting great sleep lately and insomnia is a concern, have a plan B for your workout that you can do after a not so good night's sleep. Some movement is better than no movement at all. So, if you're working with me, we could brainstorm ideas on how you could get back to sleep rather than stay up all night lying in bed, feeling anxious about not getting enough sleep. And the last thing I want to talk about is creating accountability. Accountability is hands down the most common challenge I hear from women, and I totally get it. This is actually a really tough one to navigate. You can talk yourself out of a workout within minutes by listing a bunch of reasons why you can't do it. And I speak from personal experience because I still do this. It could be anything from you're too tired. You just tell yourself you'll work out tomorrow, or you don't know what you're doing, or you might injure yourself, or you just don't have the time today. Now, I can go on, but I think you get the picture. Now, all of these reasons actually might be legitimate. Sometimes you actually are too tired and your body is telling you that it needs more rest, and I'm all for it. It's important to be able to differentiate between legitimate reasons and excuses, which is something you and I can work through together during our coaching sessions. Most of my clients start out with an external source for accountability, such as a friend or partner, and me, of course, their coach. This works great in the beginning, but to be honest, it should not be relied on in the long run because let's be real, a friend might bail on you because something comes up in her life. Your partner might help you legitimize your excuses. Now, what I mean by this isn't necessarily because they want to sabotage your intentions. They most likely want you to be happy and healthy, which is great. You want this kind of support. However, because they want you to be happy and healthy, they might also unintentionally encourage you to skip your workout if they think it would make you happy. As we're working together, we'll try to strategize how you can hold yourself accountable so you don't need to rely on anyone else, myself included, as your coach, to keep you on track and moving forward. So, where do you start? If you're still on the fence about working with a health coach, I get it. I always want to make sure I'm investing my money into services that I know are a good fit for me. Most health coaches offer a free call for you to ask questions before you officially enroll in their program, and I do the same. And part of it is because I want to get to know my future clients to make sure they are a good fit for my program as well. So I'll put the link to book a free call with me in the show notes and in the description below. And so you can go there and do that. I just want to wrap up with a friendly reminder that when you invest in health coaching, you're investing in your future self. So think about how your future self would feel if you upgraded your health and fitness habits now.